YouTube, what's up? It's Sunday night. I think it's January 13th. I'm pretty beat, about to head to bed, but did hit a couple antique malls today. Didn't find much of anything. I've been working a lot on these dioramas, and I just needed a break. I'm just about done. I finished with 100 Little Cars. I'm just about done with mine. And then I got to take a break. I've got one more commission build, but it'll be a quick build. So anyway, this thing is totally wrecked. I don't know what brand it is. It says Hong Kong on the base. I think it could possibly maybe be a Yachtming, but it's 50 cents. If any of you know, please let me know. The engine has been robbed out of it. But as far as loose cars go, this thing here is a sick find. It's got the opening sliding door. Really good condition. Black on silver. 1984 Dodge Caravan. And it's actually a pretty decent tooling. But I know these Dodge Caravans can be tough to find. And so to find one in this good a shape is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about it. I don't know what these sell for. I know what I've seen people trying to ask for them, and it's not cheap. I don't know if they sell for that or not. I just haven't checked eBay. But to find one for cheap at an antique mall, always a good thing. So really happy about that. Now, on my 63 Impala from Ertl, I've owned 3 of these now because I bought mine, then I bought an extra one to trade it, but in the midst of waiting for that trade, I traded it with the full intentions of picking up another one, which I did today. Actually might go back and get another one. There's only one there at a time. But every time the guy sells one, he's got like an endless supply of these things. But this is easily my favorite Ertl American Muscle. As far as the cars that I have in my collection, this one is my favorite by far. So I picked up another one of these today so that I could get back on track with my trade for where's it at? For custom 164 farm trucks. So here's the one he'll get. Can't beat it for the price, $850. And I mean, the thing is, like, the guy's got a 61 Impala, a red one. He wants like 12 bucks. He has the 58 Impala. He's asking 10. This is by far the nicest, and it's also the cheapest. So pretty cool there. Pretty cool. Okay. Since I got the Ertl out to take a look at, I figured I'd grab a couple other Ertls. So we have this Plymouth Fury. Might be a Belvedere. I don't know. They're pretty similar. In fact, the same tooling is used for both. But, you know, you ask yourself which one is nicer between this and the Auto World. I don't know. That's a tough call. Might actually call for a video. They're both very nice. There are things about this one that I like better. And there are things about the Auto World that I like better. So it's just tough to say. I love the lens headlights. I love the fender mounted side view mirrors. Not a big fan of the wheels. Love the transparent lens taillights. Love the opening trunk. So definitely some cool stuff going on with this car. Alright, there is one other thing that I got today. Alright, let's see if I can reach back and grab it here. This was not fully anticipated. Kind of a spontaneous purchase, but it is Greenlight, and it's some kind of exclusive Acme trading company, but it's the 67 Chevy C30 ramp truck with the Smokey Yunick Camaro. So I'm going to take these out of the packaging with one hand, or I'm going to try to. It might require me to set the camera down. Well, maybe not. Now the truck, this truck, it's a horrible casting. It's a horrible tooling, I should say. Almost every single one that I've ever seen has just been awful. But I did, well, actually I have it right here. I got this orange one, which appears to be pretty much on point. Like that right there is right what you want to see. And that one looks good. But, and it's not just the Chevy, the Ford has issues too. Their issues are much worse with the Chevy. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to get this truck out of here with one hand. I'm starting to think that might not be doable. Alright guys, I'm going to have to set the camera down. I do apologize. Whoa. See if I can set it down here. Well, shit, that ain't going to work. I didn't think this out very well. Alright, stand by. You're going to look at the ceiling for a moment. Because this thing is really in here. I would imagine that some of these got damaged while being removed from the packaging. Now I can see in the packaging how bad the casting is, like how much the cab is leaning. Actually, it's not as bad as it looks. It might be them doing that intentionally to correct the original issue. That's very well what it could be, because it actually looks like the stance is pretty proper on it. So sorry that you guys had to sit there and stare at that, but yeah, that actually looks good. So maybe they've done something to fix it, because they used to have a ton of rake where the hood was pointing straight up. Yeah, this looks this is actually looking better than the orange one that I've got. But I like this one because of the Smokey Yunick livery. Now, Greenlight has had the licensing for the Smokey Yunick. I don't know if it's been indirectly or not, but when they did the Chevelle for Talladega Nights, I know they had the licensing for the movie, but I'm not sure if they had to get that Smokey Yunick licensing separate or what. But this Talladega Nights Chevelle has been released twice, once, I think, in Series 8, which is a very highly desirable green machine. And then they re-released it, I think it was Series 13. That green machine is pretty nice, but not nearly as sought after as the Series 8. Both of those green machines sell for really good money. The Series 8 is easily over $100. Okay, so I like the truck. I really do. It looks like they did something here to fix the stance issue, because the cab is sitting totally proper. And like I said, the first one of these, this is the third Chevy ramp truck that I've owned. The first one, which was the black one that came with the Camaro, it pointed straight up. Like the whole cab, it just looked like it was basically it looked like a gasser. And then the next one I got was this orange one, and it was definitely much better. But this one here looks even better than the orange one. Now let's look at this Camaro. So, in case you're wondering, number 1913 on the ramp truck. This Camaro, let's take a look at the Camaro. Of course, it doesn't roll, because why would it roll? That would just make too much sense. So, yeah, roll. It doesn't roll at all. Don't see a number on the base. So, it's going to be a static display unless something is done with the wheels, which I'm not going to do because I just display the cars anyways. So I don't really care if it rolls. This thing is sweet though. It's a 67 Camaro. It's only the third 67 that I have, but it is by far my favorite. I believe this is a new wheel tooling, because I can't think offhand where Greenlight has used these wheels before. And here you have the classic Smoky Unic deco, which is just gold on black separated by a red pinstripe. Very nice transparent lens taillights, which are probably pretty hard to see with the race car configuration here. Rear bumper delete. Or is that? That actually looks like a black bumper. Yep. That is not a bumper delete. So it's so weird that you get a chrome bumper on the front and a black bumper on the back. I almost wish the front bumper were black. Very, very cool looking car though. But I think for me what does it is the wheels. But this is a good casting. I've liked it from the beginning when they released the Golf. And I think they've only released the Golf, and then they released the Bad Boys. And this, I think those are the only three that I know of. But there you go, 1967 Camaro. It's very different than the Talladega Nights. The gold is completely different. And as different as it is on camera, at about a factor of 10 in person. Like, they are drastically different. But they both look really good. You know what they need to do now? Now that they have the ramp truck and a couple of nice Smoky Unic race cars, they've got the ramp truck for Smokey's best damn garage in town. They need to do a shop. They need to do a Smokey Eunuch garage. That would be cool. Did they announce that? They might have already actually announced that. Yeah, that looks really good. I like it. Okay, so I got a lot of work done on the diorama, so I'm going to show you guys. It may not seem like a lot. It's really just only the fence, but the fence is by far the most time-consuming part of the layout. And when I did 100 Little Cars fence, my plan was to build enough fence for both. But it became so monotonous building that fence that when I got enough for his layout, I quit. Because it's so monotonous and tedious. Measure, cut, measure, cut, measure, cut. And you just have to keep going and going and going. So to do the math on this, approximately, each section of fence is 2.5 inches. And each section of fence has 25 planks. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I used 25 inches. So 25 times 25. 25 times 10 is 225. 450 would be 20. So I think it's like 575 planks that I had to cut. And of course, when you're doing that, you always want to cut yourself some extras. But here's the key, and here's something that I want to show you guys, because, you know, with every one of these that I do, I always seem to be learning something new. I did get that slab glued down. I had much better luck with mine. So certain things on my layout went better than his, and then certain things on his went better than mine. But I got lucky with the slab, at least in the front corner. The big gap is in the back. So that worked out. I painted the floor inside white. I'm going to try to see if I can get Champion DJK to make me a little battery-powered LED. So here's the fence that I made for 100 Little Cars layout. And it's the fence I was planning to make for this layout. And basically, I measured, cut, glued, painted. After watching a bunch of videos, there's a different technique where you measure, cut, and then basically you make a wash. You make 2 washes, actually. Same color, different tones. Then you do half of the planks in one wash, half the planks in another wash. So here's the result that it was going to be. And here's the result that it is. It's quite a bit different. And for those of you that are looking at it saying, that's not different, it looks the same to me. Let's just do a side-by-side. So the gray one on the right is just painted. The one on the left, there's actually a lot of labor that went into that, because you're you're washing two different shades of gray. So some are going to be lighter, some are going to be darker. Then once they're all washed, you have to wait, let them dry, and then you can start gluing the sections of fence together. But what I did after I got the sections together is I took and weathered it with I went over it with a white pastel. So I take this it's a white pastel. I take it out of one of my daughter's art kits and just take a razor blade to the end and shave off a bunch of dust. Then you could take a brush. Today I used a sponge brush, but any brush should work. And I just mainly focused on the bottom part and then streaked it up. But the reason the top part looks lighter than the bottom is because when I first did that, the bottom looked lighter. But then I took some Tamiya weathering powder. I took both the black and the rust color and focused on the bottom half. And so there's just a lot more that went into the new fence compared to what it would have been with this one. And I kind of feel kind of bad because his fence should be better, but I still think the fence he got looks fairly good. This one definitely looks better, but I just didn't think about it. I just didn't think about it in time. It goes all the way around, basically from that corner all the way around to this corner, and then I have this front or this side and then the front open for camera, because I'm not done. I still have quite a bit more stuff to do, but all the time consuming stuff is done. So that is the good news. So this Mustang, I keep looking at it and there's just something about it that's off to me. I think I finally figured out what it is. And it's the wheels and tires. Mainly the tires. The tires are way too big. And I'm not big on chrome wheels, but it definitely needs a smaller tire. Other than that, I think it looks pretty sweet. Little fox body. So with this layout, the main goal was just to make something that I thought would look better than what the Tomica Rama layout looks like. And to me, I do think this looks better. Not that it looks a lot better, I just think this looks more realistic. Because the Tomica Rama, it's nice. It's nice and everything, but it's just all plastic. It's just all plastic. See, this one you have all kinds of different textures going on. You've got the simulated concrete foundation. You've got the busted up concrete lot. You've got the grass, coarse grass, static grass, dirt. You've got the wood fence, which, by the way, plenty of room behind it to add trees or whatever. I've got the telephone lines. So, personally, I think, if somebody said, hey, I've got these two layouts, you can have one, take your pick, and they showed me this one and that Tomica Rama, personally, I would take this one. That's just my personal preference. There are things about that one that I like better. Like I really like the street lights or parking lot lights that it has. This one here only has one. But you know, one of the things I've learned these last two layouts, because they're pretty much the only two layouts I've done with a fence. The overpass layout has a little split rail fence, but when you get a fence on a layout, it really, like, it almost does as much for the layout as trees do. Pretty critical. So, all right. Well, you guys all have a great week. I will holler at the next video.